Imagine you just got put in charge of planning a large event. A couple hundred guests are invited, and you need to provide invitations, food, entertainment, and decorations. Before you stress out, don't worry, I'm here to help. I have worked in the event planning business for 2 years, and I have planned hundreds of events. I've also done a lot of research on the internet on how to get tips on how to be organized and how to plan large events. So, hopefully I can share some information with you as I teach you how to plan an event. But if you think that, well, I don't really need to plan a large event right now, don't worry, this does apply to you. During some point in your life, you're going to be faced with planning a large event. Whether you're in charge of a work party, called to the activities committee in your ward, hosting a holiday dinner, or planning a wedding, we need to get prepared. So, in this speech, I'm going to teach you how to stay organized and not get overwhelmed when planning a large event. When we're prepared, we will be able to save time, money, and frustration if we learn how to plan the right way. There are lots of tips and ideas that I could share with you to help you, but I decided to choose 3 that I thought were the most helpful. First, get organized. Second, create a budget. And the third, having fun. So let's get started. First, we need to get organized. So if you struggle with planning and being an organized person, it's okay. The first step to organization is getting a notebook and a pencil, or by just using your computer. So I like to make lists. It helps me stay organized and not get overwhelmed. I can see what needs to get done, and I can put deadlines by each thing that needs to get done. So I suggest start making lists. You can make different kinds of checklists. You can do a budget checklist, things that need to be ordered, things that need to be booked, or you can do a checklist that who's in charge of planning what and getting things done. There's lots of websites on the internet that can help you with checklists. For example, a website that I really like is the website called The Organization Makes Sense. There's a lot of checklists on there that you can print off that helps you get organized. Another thing with getting organized is start planning early. The more time you have, the better. As soon as you know when your date of the event is, start planning. It doesn't matter if it's in 4 months. Start planning. That helps you keep stress levels down and be able to get things done in a timely fashion, because the closer you get to your event, the stress seems to rise. So don't procrastinate anything. Also, when you're getting organized, realize that you're not alone and don't get overwhelmed. You'll probably have committee members, coworkers, or family that are there to help you. Delegate the jobs and responsibilities out to them so you don't have to do everything by yourself. Make sure you write down who's doing what so you know what's going on and you can stay on top of things, and have them report to you, or you can call them every once in a while to see how things are going. That will take a lot of stress off you and relieve you. So don't feel like you're alone. So now that we've got things rolling and we got our checklist and we're getting ready to plan, now we need to remember a very important part of the planning process, and that's creating a budget. Creating a budget is very important. When we create a budget, we need to make sure we stick to it. We can't just make up one and then not really stick to it and spend tons of money. It's nice to have a budget so you can be able to be guided in your decisions. If you don't know how much things are going to cost, you can research it, you can check different prices at different stores, you can talk to friends who have planned large events or have bought similar things. That helps you kind of get a rough idea. It's okay if your budget isn't exact, but it's nice to have a place to start, and you can fix it along the way, but try to stick to it as much as possible. When you're planning your budget, decide what is most important. I know, for example, a lot of weddings, a lot of girls want a really expensive dress, and so they will spend more money on a dress and cut back in other areas. Not every area of your party has to have the same amount in the budget. You can fluctuate things, and it's okay. Just make sure if you spend a lot in one area, you cut back in others. Also, an important thing when you're spending money and staying with your budget is don't be afraid to negotiate. You're probably going to be buying things in bulk, in large quantities, and it's okay to ask for a discount. A lot of stores will give a discount if you buy so many things, or rent. So don't be afraid to negotiate and talk prices down. That's okay, because saving money helps you stay very calm and not very stressed. Also, if you have a small budget, don't stress out. It doesn't mean that your event is not going to be fun or exciting. That just means you and your coworkers or committee members are going to have to be a little bit more creative. I know when I was planning my wedding, I got onto different websites. My favorite website was theknot.com, and I looked at pictures and got ideas for decorations, and then I went and made them. So I saved a lot of money. So be creative, put your thinking cap on, and just try and stretch the dollar a little bit more. My final advice about your budget and purchasing items is try and have money extra in case of an emergency. You never know if tablecloths aren't going to come in, decorations break, you won't have enough food, half the napkins are missing, and you're going to have to go buy some more. So you never know what's going to happen. It's really important, and it helps you stay calm in an emergency. So keep a little bit of money in the budget stored so you can go and buy things in case of an emergency. And so you know if something does happen, you're not going to go over budget. Alright, so now that we've made our budget, we've got everything organized, lists are going and underway, here's the final tip. And it might be hard at times, but I think it's really important. We need to have fun. Try and stay relaxed. I mean, you're planning a party, so why not have a party while planning it? Enjoy seeing the event come together. If you're stressed and just feeling overwhelmed, take a step back and look at all the progress that you've made. That will really help you feel accomplished and see where things are headed. I know while I was working at my event planning store that when stressed out moms and brides would come in, it was really hard to work with them, and we always heard stories at their weddings that things didn't go the way they wanted. But I noticed that the moms and the brides who were really calm and flexible with things and understood if something wasn't just right, they had a great time. They had a great time at their wedding, at the reception, at the luncheon. It just helps. When you stay calm and you're flexible, things just work out for you. So try and have fun and enjoy the process, even if it is a little overwhelming. And the last thing, though, is once the event is on, you need to make sure you enjoy the event. Don't stress too much about everything being perfect. There comes a point at the event or party that you can no longer control what happens. So relax and enjoy it. And just look at and see how much fun all the invitations and everyone that came, just see how much fun they're having because you put on this great event. So now that I've discussed some tips on how to plan an event, I hope you will feel more confident planning your own event, and when a responsibility comes, you can feel confident and be able to go plan. Just remember to get started planning early and be organized, make a budget, and follow it the best you can, and don't forget to enjoy it and have fun. As they say on the Organization Makes Sense website, organize it, plan it, and enjoy it.